Namaste to all. In this short audio, we will understand a very beautiful Ved mantra, Rigveda, first mandal, 96th Sukta, second mantra. Om sa purvaya niveda kavyatayo rimaha praja ajanayan manunam vivasvata chakshasa dhyama pascha deva agnim darayan dravinodam. The mantra describes about Almighty God, that God is the creator of the universe, and the name of Almighty God in this mantra is Agni. Ekam Sadvipra Bahuda Vadanti. God is one, but his names are many. Agni is name of God, Indra is name of God, Vishnu is name of God, Varuna is name of God, Mitra is name of God, Soma is name of God, but these are not names of different gods. God is always one. Ekam Sat. God is one. His names are different, but that God is only one. So Agni is also name of Almighty God who exists before the creation of this universe. Because God exists in the Pralaya, because God exists in the final destruction of the universe, before the creation God exists, his name is called as Agni. So this mantra says, Saha Ajanayan Manunam. Saha means that Almighty God, Ajanayan, creates. Manunam, Manu means humans. Manunam means for the benefit of the humans. That Almighty God creates Purvaya Kavyata Nivida. Purvaya, the eternal, Kavyata, the poetry, Nivida, the Vedas. Vedas are the eternal poetry which is created by Almighty God for the benefit of all the humanity. That is what the mantra says. See how beautifully described here. So this is proved also in this mantra that Vedas are eternal. Vedas are given for the benefit of the humanity. When we say a book, we say some book, this book is coming from a messenger, this book is given by Almighty God. That book came 1000 years back, 2000 years back, 3000 years back. But here Almighty God says, Purvaya, from the time eternity, I am giving the knowledge of Vedas for the benefit of the humanity. So that means there is no other book sent by Almighty God. Only one knowledge is given by Almighty God, which is Vedas only. And that is going to benefit all the humanity. So we don't need any other books other than the Vedic knowledge. And for understanding Vedas, we have to go to an Acharya. The mantra further says, not only I created the Vedas, but also I created Prajaha Imaha. The Vedas knowledge I have given to human beings for the benefit of all the creatures of this universe. And Almighty God says, Vivasvata Chakshasa Dhyamcha Apaha. That means God creates the sun. Vivasvan means sun. Vivasvata means here sun. God creates the sun. God creates all the planets, all the intermediate regions, the space, and the Chakshasa. He also creates the instruments of visuality, because of which we are able to see this. He creates our human body. He indicates that God creates the human body in such a beautiful manner that we are able to see His creation. And God says, Ayoho, I create this from the eternal matter, which is the original source, which is the raw material, Prakriti. Ayoho here indicates the material cause of the universe, which is the Prakriti. And from that Prakriti, God creates the sun, the intermediate regions, the planets, the galaxies. Everything is created by Almighty God from the Prakriti, Ayoho. And God gives a beautiful closure to this mantra. He says, God says, Devaha Dharayan Dravinodam. Dravinodam, Dravinam means wealth, Dravinam means power, Dravinam means all the facilities provided by Almighty God. So, Devaha, the wise people, the people who have the Vedas knowledge, the people who are tapasvis, yogis, rishi, munis, Dharayan, they hold this Almighty God who is giving the benefit of all the wealth, of all the power, of all the necessities. God is giving all the necessary things to us. And that is why the Devaha, the learned Acharyas, Tapasvis, Rishi Munis, they hold that Almighty God Agnim, who is Agni. So when Devaha, they worship, they hold the Agni in their meditation. They worship that Almighty God who creates this universe, who gives the knowledge of Vedas to the public, who creates this universe from the Prakriti, and also who gives everything which is necessary to the sustenance of the life in this universe. And that Almighty God is called as Agni, who is worshipped by the Devaha. That means the indication is clear in this mantra that people who do not worship this Almighty God are not Devaha. They are ordinary human beings. And God says in Yajurveda last chapter that there are three types of human. Number one is a normal man. When he takes birth, he is a human. And when a person attains the Vedic knowledge and goes in the path of tapasya, he becomes Devaha. The rest of the people, they become Asura. So when we are not Deva, we are Asuras. We do not worship that Almighty God who creates the universe. We worship the Almighty God who is created by the human beings. Somebody says Jesus is God, somebody says Allah is God, somebody says Sri Krishna is God, somebody says Rama is God, etc., etc., which are not tallying with the definition given by the Almighty God in this mantra, because the definition given in this mantra is that Almighty God is the one who gives the knowledge of Vedas since eternity. And that Almighty God is the one who creates the universe from the material cause, which is Prakriti. God uses Prakriti to create universe. God does not take birth from the Prakriti made Panchabhut. That we have to understand very clearly. Everybody, like example, we say Sri Ram is God or Sri Krishna is God. Sri Ram took birth and his body was made of Panchabhuta. That is not fitting into the definition here. And Sri Ram did not exist from time, eternity. And Sri Ram did not exist before Pralaya, or when Pralaya was there, Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, nothing existed. Bible, Quran, nothing existed. So we have to clearly understand the definition of Almighty God, and also we have to understand the God who is worshipped, who is held in their heart by Rishi Munis. So we have to just follow the Rishi Munis, that's it. Every mantra preaches us very simple logic. You don't have to do anything extra. You just follow the path of Devaha. Follow the path of Rishi Munis, Acharyas. The God is whom is worshipped by these Rishi Muni Acharyas. You have to worship him. That's it. So God gives everything. God is, the mantra says, Dravinodam. God is giving everything necessary for our sustenance here. In spite of God giving everything, if we are not worshipping that God and we are worshipping any other God who is not God, then we will be punished by Almighty God. This has to be clearly understood. Where God says in one of the mantra, which I made a video some weeks back, that God says, if you worship I am creating the universe, I am giving you the food, I am giving you all the facilities, but you don't respect me, you don't worship me, you are worshipping something else, you are not accepting me as Almighty God, then I will punish you severely. I will not give you human birth next time. So then God will punish us. So that has to be clearly understood. So this mantra also confirms very clearly that Vedas are eternal, Vedas are emanating from Almighty God. Only Devas, only those Acharyas, Rishi, Munis who understands the secret, these secrets, they worship this Agni, they worship this Almighty God who is before the creation. So we must also worship that Almighty God who is before the creation, is the who exists before the creation, who exists now, who exists every time. That Almighty God we should worship. That is what is the knowledge given in this mantra also. I hope you understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.